They are marveled with God.
With God, yeah.
With God. Okay. Now, let me tell you that this building here, it's the most horrible building in Toledo. Place where we pay the taxes. So it's so hard.
Pay taxes here too, huh?
But you do not tell the truth all the
No,
time.
no. I told today the black page of the Spanish history, the Inquisition, took place in the 15th century by Ferdinand and Isabella, the Catholic kings, because they wanted to have one religion in Spain. So they said to the Arabs and to the Jews that they had to convert into Christianity or leave the country. Great number left Spain. They went to Portugal, Morocco, Greece, Turkey, Egypt. Those were called Sepharditas, Sephardi Jews. They spoke Ladino, mixture of Castilian and Hebrew. And those who stayed here and became new Christians were called conversos, marranos. At the beginning, many of them changed religion to show off, but underground, they continue practicing their religion. Everybody knows about the persecutions they had. That's why we call it the black page of the Spanish history. Torquemada, buried in Avila. Fernando Isabel in Granada. Cardinal Mendoza in Toledo. Those were the four inquisitors in Spain in the 15th century against the Jews. And this man is a great philosopher called Samuel Levi. He was also a treasurer man of the king of Castile and so on. One of the two synagogues left, the oldest one. Imagine 600 years old. Everything is original, including the ceiling, cedars of Lebanon, with ivory inlaid, those little pieces, ivory. Now, all the writing you see is Hebrew, and you can see in Greek. And those are the balconies to separate men from women. They still do the same thing in Orthodox synagogues, called in Hebrew mechitza, and that's east, facing Holy Land, Jerusalem. And let me tell you that I always say thank God, this one was the source. It was the church. So the church outside, and that altar piece and that doorway is later period. That's Christian. But in the next future, we hope this place is going to be back used again for its Sabbath. Because in 1992, commemorating 1492, our king, Juan Carlos, apologized Israel about the black page of the Spanish history and signed with its president, Chaim Herzog, an agreement. Ahora lo vamos a decir. Yes. He signed an agreement about Sephardi Jews may come back to the motherland. This original floor, 600 years old. I always say one thing. If the stones could talk, we will really know the truth. As I was saying to you, we hope in the next future this place is going to be back used again for its Sabbath. Because actually, we can say in Spain, there'll be about 10 to 12,000 Jews. Madrid has a Jewish community, Barcelona, Palma, Canary Islands. Toledo, for the moment, only a few families. I know several of them. But they go on Friday evening to Madrid for the Sabbath. And once they come back more to Toledo, if they ever come back, minimum 50 families, this place is going to be back used again for the Sabbath. In the meantime, this is a national monument where many people come especially to Toledo to visit this Jew. be surprised seeing the keyhole arches on the doorways, because most of the Jews in Toledo, they were not famous as builders, philosophers, businessmen, lawyers, bankers, translators, writers, doctors, tax collectors for the King of Castilla. So they commissioned the Arabs to build the synagogues. That's why the keyhole arches on the windows and so on. And this is original, plaster work, 600 years old. It was started to build, but now they stopped it. Imagine original all this. We had families named in Toledo like Shmuel Halevi, I pointed to you the moment, Abulafia, Maimonides, Spinoza, Toledano, Carmona, many families live in Toledo. 4,000 until 1492. And this is east, facing Holy Land, Jerusalem, for the Torah. Okay? As the Jews always say, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem, peace with you.
So, before going to the Moorish palaces, I want to tell you something about this building. Look at the style. Look very Roman. The style of this building is Renaissance. Renaissance means the new classical style. This is why it looks very good. This palace was ordered to be built by Charles V. He was the Catholic kings, Queen Isabella, King Ferdinand, grandson. When the Catholic kings died, Charles V was the next king of Spain. He married Isabella of Portugal in Sevilla, in the Reales Alcázares, in the year 1526. But they came here to Granada to spend their honeymoon. And then Charles V wanted Granada to be the capital of Spain. This is why he needed a palace. And he won. The Arab palace is so beautiful, but the way of living, mentality, it's different. And he decided to build his palace here inside of the complex. But this one was never finished. Everybody died. The architect, Pedro Machuca, died. Then Charles V died too. And the next king of Spain, he was the son of Charles V, Philip II. He wasn't interested about Granada, about this palace. He decided to build the Escorial Palace in Madrid. He established the capital in Madrid, and this palace was never finished, was never used, and Granada was never the capital of Spain. So now we use this palace as museums. Fine art museum. It's a local painters. It's a small museum, local museum. So upstairs is the Fine Art Museum, downstairs Archaeological Museum, and the courtyard has a very good acoustic. And we use the courtyard as a theater. In June and July, in summertime, we have in Granada International Festival of Music and Dance. And always classical music, like orchestras. So classical music, classical ballet. Music here, dance at the gardens. It's nicer with the plants. Look at the shape. It's the only palace built around inside, but the palace is square outside. Square and around. And the palace has a double shape. The architect was inspired by the Pantheon in Rome. This is why. The palace was never finished. It was supposed to be covered with a dome. Copy of the Pantheon in Rome, but the palace was never finished and the dome was never built. So now you know why. And this palace was built here inside of the complex. Now we go to the palace. The city was built on 3 different hills, okay? That one for the city. It was the city of Granada at the Arab time. This hill for the Alhambra. So the royalty was living here and the citizen over there. But behind us, there is another hill. It was the Al-Mauron, the Jewish quarter, the Garnacha al-Yahud. In those days, the Jewish community was very large, was very important, and they were living in an independent state. After the reconquest, the Christian kings decided to build the cathedral, and this is the city of Granada today. But this part of Granada was built later, after the reconquest. It was Granada at the Arab time. On the right hand side, you can see part of the city wall. Can you see over there? The remain of the Granada city wall?
Yes.
Over there, where the city wall is, at the top of the hill, there is a white building. It's a church. Down below, can you see the caves?
Yes.
This is the gypsy quarter. This is where the gypsies are living.
Roper
Still now. But today they have running water, TV, washing machine in the caves.
In the cave?
Get out of here.
So,
comforts of
you know,
home.
year by year they were building houses in the same part of the hill. This is why you're going to see houses. But still now, some families are living in caves. But today they have running water, TV, everything in the caves. Obviously, when they have money, they move. They rent an apartment. People are living in caves because they don't have too much money. But it's much better to live in a cave than in the street. Okay, this is like a home. So it's cool. In summer, it's warm. In winter, and they have like a living room and 3 bedrooms. The problem, ventilation. A long time ago, nobody had toilet, and they were cooking in the open air like the nomad people. The only new thing that they built the kitchen and the toilet outside of the cave, and they have like a house. But believe me, when they have money, they move. Okay.
How big are the caves? Are they
It's quite big.
several
because-
families live in one cave?
No,
or-
no. One family. It's like a 3 bedroom. But usually they have big.
A 3-bedroom cave.
It's true. The first room is the living room,
Yeah.
and then they have like a three more bedroom. So it's bigger than my house, believe me. I was surrounded by walls, by watchtower. You have to imagine that Alhambra as a city in a city. It was like an independent city. That means that they had here all kind of facilities. They had a mosque. They had a madrasa. This is like a school. They had a hammam, Turkish bath. So imagine over 2,000 people were living here in those days. And the Alhambra is like a city. So the population was over 2,000 people. Royal family, Arab royal family. The Alhambra was built by the Arabs. So the royal family was living here, but soldiers, not the army. Some soldiers, like the royal guard, and workers, servants, slaves. So in the tower were soldiers. In the palace, the royal family. Behind the palace, there's a big area called Medina. Medina means city, Granada. And this is where all the workers were living in those days. But this is the most important part, palaces. 3 palaces we are going to see. Very small buildings. Look at it. Look like a room. It was a palace. It was the court of justice, the justice palace. Second one, political one. Where is the throne room where the Sultan had his important meetings? Third palace, the most beautiful one, private palace, the harem, where the wives, concubines, in plural, were living. Don't forget that this is an Arab palace and they can have hundreds of women. But this is the first palace, this is the oldest one. This one dates from the beginning of the 14th century. It's the oldest one, also the most damaged one. Why? Because after the reconquest, the Christian kings, they transformed the palace into a chapel, into a church, as a symbol of the Christian victory over the Islam. This is why you can see here Christian element. Plus ultra is writing in Latin. It's the Christian motto. You can see the Christian crown. Try to imagine the altar in front of us.
Some rules, for instance,
Look at the windows.
I will tell you, there is no problem with the camera. The only thing you should not do is this. They tell us not to touch the plastic words, the ceramic pieces,
Soft for carving, but last a lot. Determined. Don't attack this kind of wood. It's because of the smell. The ceiling is made piece by piece in laid wood. So no nails, no glue. It's inlaid wood. The third material that they used for decoration is stucco. You know stucco? Plaster, water. But plaster is very soft. So this is why they put it marble dust. alabaster powder to make it stronger. This is why sometimes look like a stone because of the marble. Okay? It's not carving on the wall. Everything was made with molding, with a mold. It's a wooden mold. You have to imagine artisans. Okay? And so because they have to carve the pieces of wood by hand, they have to make the negative. Do you know the crown? The stucco has a water. Water break the wood and with expansion. So you have to imagine how many molds they have to do to cover all the walls in the Alhambra. So then, piece by piece, like a panels, they put it, all the pieces on the walls. Finally, they painted the decoration in 4 colors. You have to imagine the whole decoration painted in a very bright color, like blue, red, green, gold. Later, I want to show you the name of the original color. Look at, as a decoration, they used the Arabic writing. Everywhere you're going to see writing. Most of them are sentences from the Holy Book, are sentences from the Quran. This is why all the time they're talking about Allah. It's so easy to recognize the name of Allah in Arabic because it looks like a W. You know, they write from right to left in that way, in that direction, okay? This is Allah. It's like a three fingers like that. Okay? And this is the name of Allah in Arabic. This sentence is repeated aloud more than 2,000 times because it's the motto of the family who built their house. The name of that dynasty is Nafarita. Nafarita dynasty. 21 sultans were living here in the Alhambra. They were in power for 250 years. And it was their motto. That one saying, only God is the conqueror, is the winner. The original one. Remember 3 material. You can see here the same material. Each room has a different design. But the same material. Ceramics, stucco, wood. Well, this is the political palace, and exactly this room is the throne. So you have to imagine the throne in the central room. There on the throne sat the king. Inside of the other little room sat the ministers. It's not a room for talking. You know, this is why we don't inside of the room. It's only a room for a ceremony, protocol, where the Sultan was receiving people. That means that in front of the king, let's go over there because that group is sleeping.
But this was built by the Arabs.
By the Arabs.
Let's talk about a king.
Well, the Sultan and king is the same thing. King is in English, Sultan is in Turkish. Huh? The Sultan, the king, the same person. Huh? So the king or the Sultan, anyway, he was here, the throne. Inside the other room, the ministers of the king. In front of the king, visitors, the ambassadors. It's the room where the king or the Sultan was receiving people. Okay. And so, you can see, well, without people it's nicer, but what can I do? Look at the last arch. It's like in the caves. These stalactites. So beautiful. You can see the great difference between a European castle and an Arab castle. European ones are very dark, very heavy. Everything made of stone. And so, remember the palace of Charles V? The decoration was outside as a symbol of power. It's the opposite here. The Alhambra outside is so plain. The beauty is inside. And look at this beautiful room. They always had a courtyard on the middle and around the different rooms. It's like the typical Andalusian courtyard, but we copy the idea from the Arab houses. We were inspired by the Arab houses. You have to imagine the Alhambra in those days, nicer, warmer, comfortable. It's a palace. It's where the Sultan was living. So he had the best. What happened with the furnitures? Everything was stolen and destroyed. The Alhambra was abandoned. At the Christian time, the Alhambra was abandoned. For 100 years, nobody cared. It was occupied by gypsies, homeless. Yeah, they destroyed everything made to make fire. They destroyed furniture, the smoke, and they built rooms inside. But they have police to come after them and get them out. So after all the and so they damage a lot.
Does Alhambra mean anything?
See, in Arabic, red.
Red?
The color,
Red.
red. And so in Arabic is Kalat al Hamra. Kalat is castle, al the article, Hamra, red. So the red
Red
castle.
castle. Got that.
And so outside, remember that we saw the color like it's terracotta. Everything was built with the red bricks. And so it's the color of the clay. Yeah, like that. But anyway, Hamra means red. So the ceiling is made piece by piece. The ceiling has more than 8,000 different pieces. They are forming 105 stars. And the ceiling symbolizes heaven. It's like a deep heart. So now try to imagine the Alhambra furniture, the decoration painted in a very bright color. Look at up here. Look at the color. People say that in those days the color were brighter and the relief was covered gold leaves. And interior blue, red, and green. And imagine all the windows, those windows closed with a stained glass window. So really beautiful. This room, according to the history, is a very important room for all of us. Here, the last Arab king Boabdil signed the surrender of Granada, gave the kingdom to the Catholic kings. January the 2nd on 1492. Something happens in 1492. Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. In this room, Queen Isabella had her last meeting with Christopher Columbus before he went to America.
In this room.
It's here where she gave the permission to him. First of all, permission, then money. So imagine Queen Isabella here, sitting down on the throne, and Christopher Columbus there, waiting for the money.
Right after the Arabs gave it, surrendered.
Yeah. So first of all, she
So the
wanted to get
concubines
were living up there. Look at the windows. Bedroom for concubines. Downstairs, a private room for the king. The king was living alone in the other part, upstairs, where women visited him, where women met with the sultan. But why not? The sultan had a room here for a cup of tea, for a siesta. Why not? Where the family was living, he had a room. It's a small one. In front of us, the big room. It was like a tea party room. Is where the Sultan had his private parties. He was the only man allowed to come here. The other men, like the real guard, they were eunuchs, castrated men. To be eunuch, it was an honor. You know the problem. Nobody wants to have that honor. No volunteer for that job. They were selected. Yeah, imagine that. I want to be. No, nobody say that. When they were
Is it safe to go in there?
so, I'm not can you get my sheep? And so they were selected when they were like 5 years old. They came here to the palace. They were living with the other eunuchs. Before puberty, they were castrated. And they started to work as a guard, because a eunuch is a guard for women. So the only man allowed to come here is the king. So private parties only for him with the family. To the left is where the wives, as a queens, were living. So they were the mothers of the little children. Concubine had children. And the Sultan recognized those children. And they were supporting the Sultan. But the only thing is that they don't know the royalty. They cannot be the next. Only the wives. They are little children. And this is why the most important woman was the first wife who their first born. imagine that with a beautiful flower garden. You know why not flower anymore? Water is very bad for the foundation, damage the foundation of the building. We are talking about the 14th century, and the plants need water. Humidity is really bad, and this is why no flower anymore. But like 20 years ago, you can see pictures. Huh? We had here a garden.